Thank you, everyone, for being here this evening. This meeting is called to order. As a courtesy to others, please silence all of your electronic devices. During this meeting, citizens desiring to speak, please see Madam Clerk to my right. Submit in an appropriate comment card. Thank you so much. We will start now with a moment of silence and the Pledge of Allegiance. We'd like at this moment to recognize and remember Randy Fisher. He was a longtime City Parks and Recreation employee who has passed, and we'd like to recognize him. And as we do our moment of silence, let's pray for his family as well. Thank you. Yeah. Commissioner Alvarez.
America. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Commissioner. Today we don't have any public hearings, first or second readings. Item 3, we don't have any proclamations and special presentations. Mr. Herr, you're here, but you'll be heard during the public comments. Is he here? Where's Mr. Herr? Is he here? He has a... Okay, thank you. So no proclamations, special presentations, no public hearings, first and second. We'll go right into public hearings 5A, resolution approving a temporary suspension of Kissimmee Code Chapter 30, Personnel, Article 2, Code of Ethics, Section 30-25. That's item 5A. Staff to explain.
Thank you, Madam Mayor, Commissioners. This is a request for adoption of a resolution that would approve a temporary suspension of the enforcement of Kissimmee Code Chapter 30 regarding the Code of Ethics, specifically Section 30-25. The intent behind this is to allow a temporary stay so that the City Attorney's Office has the opportunity to draft revisions to this section of the City Code to ensure there are no conflicts with state statutes and to ensure that the process that is followed in the future for future complaints that are received makes more sense with regard to coordination between both the Commission on Ethics and the state law. The intent behind this temporary suspension is not to undo the actions that the Commission has taken on the first two complaints that have been received. Those have been referred to a special prosecutor that has been appointed by a Chief Judge of the Ninth Circuit. This would only be applicable to new complaints that have been received by the City Commission. There are two complaints that are scheduled later on tonight's agenda that the Commission has the option to either pursue or to basically withhold further action until such time as this ordinance is redrafted. Once the ordinance is redrafted by the City Attorney, it would come back. It would be advertised for two public hearings and would be brought back to the City Commission for adoption at those two public hearings. So after holding a public hearing, staff recommends approval of this resolution.
Thank you, City Manager. City Attorney, do you have anything you'd like to add to this?
No, I reiterating what the city manager said. This is an attempt for us to make this ordinance better. So.
Thank you so much. This is a public hearing. We do have some members of the public that wish to speak on this item. We'll start with Ms. Lillian Evans. Would you kindly walk up to the podium? Please, your name and address for the record. 3 minutes, at which time the microphone will turn off.
I'm here to speak about 7C, the City Charter of Referendum, and establish ballots, titles, and questions. I want to be clear tonight. I oppose moving forward with the City Charter amendments at this time. The City Charter is not another document. It is not a foundation of our city government. It is like the City of Kissimmee's Constitution. It tells the people how the government works, what power elected officials have, what limits exist, and how the public is protected.
Ma'am, I'm sorry. Can you please pause her time? I'm sorry, Commissioner, you're correct.
You're speaking on item 7C. We're on item 5A.
5A. You have to,
Okay,
your
well-
card says 5A, but you're speaking on a different item. Would you like to start over?
So is this the one that I was supposed to be speaking on?
No, you wanted to talk on both, but this is for 5A. This is for the public hearing for the temporary suspension.
Oh, okay, okay.
Okay, so we'll not have, you want to discuss 5A, so we'll reset your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm here speaking about 5A, the public hearing on
Thank you, Commissioner.
resolution approving a temporary suspension of the Kissimmee Code, Chapter 30, Article 2, Code of Ethics, Section 3025. I strongly oppose this temporary suspension. The timing of this item is very concerning. The agenda says complaints were promptly received by the city clerk, and it also says the city commission transmitted these complaints to the chief judge of the Ninth Circuit Court for appointment of a special prosecutor as required by Section 3025. The agenda also states that a special prosecutor was appointed and that the pleadings are now pending before the 6th District Court of Appeals, seeking a stay of action by a special prosecutor. So my question is simple. Why now? Why suspend this section after complaints were filed? Why suspended it after the complaints were transmitted? Why suspend it after special prosecutor was appointed? Why not let all the complaints move forward? To the public, it looks like rules are being changed in the middle of the process. It looks like a pause button is being hit only after certain people become uncomfortable with this process. The agenda says the suspension could last up to 6 months or until the section in amended by ordinance. That is not a small pause. That is a major delay. If the process needs improvement, improve it going forward, but do not stop active complaints from being moving forward. Do not create the appearance that the city is protecting certain elected officials from accountability. We keep hearing about fairness and due process. Well, fairness means the same rules apply to everyone. Due process means complaints are heard, reviewed, handled properly. It is not mean stopping the process because the process became uncomfortable. Residents are watching. They want answers. They don't want motions that block, delay, pause, or hide legitimate concerns. If there's nothing to hide, let this process continue. If the complaints are false, the process will show it. If the complaints have merit, the public deserves to know that too. But suspending the ethics complaint procedure right now sends a wrong message. It tells the public that when accountability gets close to City Hall, change it.
Thank you, Ms. Evans. We appreciate your comments. We will now move on to discussions. Commissioners, do you have anything you'd like to discuss on this item? Commissioners?
Yeah,
Vice
I
Mayor,
can go
you do?
first, I guess.
You'd go first?
Yeah, I can go first. That's fine.
Commissioner Martinez.
Thank you, Madam Mayor, for recognizing me. On item 5A, I have to I'm very uncomfortable with the whole thing. I've expressed that during my briefings as well. I know it's $475 an hour. I know that there has to be something in place in order for us to be able to move forward. And I don't have an issue with getting this section of the code fixed so that it makes sense and there's some type of guidance for us to be able to move forward with the complaints or whatever complaints the constituents bring. I do think that 6 months is a very long time, either for complaints that have been submitted against myself or any member on the board to be on pause. I wouldn't have an issue with this part of the charter taking a pause, rather than starting now. I just don't think it's a good time right now to have this starting. I mean, we're in the public's eye. It's not a secret. Sorry, I'm directing myself directly to you, City Attorney, when I'm speaking. That there's just a lot that's happening. So for me, go ahead, sorry, go ahead.
No. And I'm happy to address some of those issues. To my mind, this...
City Attorney, can you speak closer to the microphone, please?
Sorry. To my mind, this helps protect the public.
You still sound really low.
You can't hear?
Yeah, try to get it closer. There
Sorry.
you go.
It's either too loud or not loud enough. I apologize. To my mind, the purpose for this resolution is to actually help the public and the commission. So we have learned that this is costing the city $475 an hour. There is no process in place on how these complaints are prosecuted, and that is a problem. It is because there's no regulations in place associated with this code, and because some of the complaints that have been brought forward and that may come forward against anybody on this commission are frankly complaints that could be brought before the Commission on Ethics. It's duplicitous, but in addition, there's no process for the city to evaluate whether there's merit to any of the complaints, and so we are simply on the hook. The taxpayers are on the hook. So that should be something of great concern to everybody, as commissioners, as the public. So it's not to quash or repress anybody's speech or points of view. It's just trying to figure out what is the best format for these complaints to be raised and addressed. And what we are working with right now under 30-25, there are no guardrails. It is not due process. So that was my initial concern. I don't see it as a political matter, and I'm sorry if it is perceived that way. That is, to my mind, not the issue, but I respect those concerns.
So just for clarification, not that it's a political matter, it's just a point of view for the people. So that's why I'm bringing it up. I'm also a taxpayer for the city of Kissimmee, so I understand the cost of the $475 an hour. I understand the burden that falls, on the people. But I also understand the burden. How much is it costing us now for everything that's going on? So, I'm not going to extend it longer than what it is, my time of speaking, but I do oppose for this resolution. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments, commissioners?
Madam Mayor,
Commissioner Ortiz.
I make a motion to approve the resolution temporarily suspending Kissimmee Code Chapter 30, Personal Article Number 2, Code of Ethics, Section 30-25.
Thank you.
Second that motion.
Commissioner Alvarez has seconded this motion. I do have
Approve it.
to approve
Yes.
this motion. Thank you, Commissioner Alvarez.
Down all these.
Can I take a quick pause for 1 second, City Attorney? I just don't know if I'm allowed to vote because there's some pending items, and I don't want to do anything that conflicts, and I don't want a conflict of interest with this. I've been advised not to vote on this. Would you clarify, for the record, what your take is on my vote on this?
Yes, so I believe that this is a resolution that affects general legislation. I don't think that anybody on this board has any particular interest in this. So I don't think you have to recuse yourself, but of course, if you feel more comfortable doing so, by all means.
So wait, hold on just a second. So she asked, since this does affect the cases that involve...
No. This doesn't affect any cases that are currently pending.
But it can affect something that's current, that's...
Angela,
going
speak
on
into
in
the
future.
microphone. They can't hear you.
I'm so sorry. Is this better? Okay, I'm sorry. So this decision doesn't affect anything that's current, but anything that takes place tonight, it could affect, am I right?
So the mayor and also Commissioner Martinez cannot vote on the complaints that are going to be pending tonight pursuant to this code. But this is talking about a resolution to suspend the ordinance until we can revise it. And that is a matter of general legislation. So it doesn't have any impact on their particular complaints. And like the city manager already expressed, the complaints, the 2 complaints that have already been accepted and transmitted to the 9th Judicial Circuit are unaffected by anything.
Okay, thank you. So we have a motion on the floor still from Commissioner Ortiz, a second by Commissioner Alvarez.
Madam Mayor? Excuse me, sorry. Before you cast that vote, just to clarify on the record, I don't want another complaint. We are good to make a vote on this matter myself as well, correct? Okay, thank you. Just wanted to, thank you. Appreciate that.
Sure thing. So all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Vice Mayor Edie, what's your vote?
Nay.
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 Aye. So it's 3-2. Motion passes. Thank you. Now we're going to move on to here. I'm sorry, that's a roll call. We kind of did a roll call.
It's fine.
It's fine? Okay.
Call the vote. Thank you.
Hear the audience. We're going to go right into Hear the Audience. We're going to start with Ms. Claudia Zucco, who should be online. Ms. Zucco, can you hear us? Not on? Are you trying? She's not on. Okay. Ms. Zucco, if you're watching, you can try to call back. We're not connecting with you at the moment, so we'll hold that one. We'll move on to Ms. Lucy Miranda. Ms. Miranda, your name and address for the record, please. You do get 3 minutes.
Yes, ma'am. My name is Lucy Miranda, representing Two Brothers. My address is 4376 Spring Blossom Drive, Kissimmee, Florida. Representing again Two Brothers with a formal complaint to the public safety incident. Through this letter, we represent Two Brothers Steakhouse would like to informally express our concerns and submit a complaint regarding an incident that occurred Saturday, May 16, 2026, in front of our commercial establishment. During the incident, an armed individual positioned himself in front of our restaurant and outdoor dining area, refusing to leave even though his presence was causing fear, discomfort among customers, employees, and visitors. Our business operates under license related to the sales and consumption of alcohol beverages, which increase the sensitivity and responsibility regarding public safety area. This individual behavior directly affected our business operation, created an atmosphere of intimidation, and caused reasonable concern for the safety of our customers and employees. We representing police assistant, the officer as Officer Kaufman and Officer Garrett inform us that they cannot do anything regarding the situation. Respectfully, we understand that the Florida statute related improper exhibition of firearms FS 790.10, disorderly conduct, FS 87703, trespassing firearms, 81008 and 81009, as regulation concerning establishments serving alcohol under FS 79006. We would also like to express that the interaction and treatment received from the officers made us feel dismissed, minimized, and treated disrespectfully manner. As Hispanic business owners and relatives representing a local establishment, we are deeply concerned that our situation was not taken with the seriousness it deserved. Likewise, we sincerely hope that the behavior and attitude demonstrated towards us were not influenced by a racial prejudice, discrimination, treatment towards us Hispanic community. Our intentions is explicit to concern it is not creating conflict, but rather to request an objective and fair review of the events that occur. Additionally, we would like to place on record that prior incident and intervention involved members of the Kissimmee Police Department, which further increase our concern regarding the treatment received and the lack of consideration towards our safety and rights for local business owners. Among these incidents, the case number 25-8833, dated November 1st, 2025, as well as another incident that occurred on December 26th.
I'm sorry, your time is up, but thank you so much. We certainly will. Chief. Thank you. You can give them to the clerk. I appreciate it. And just for the record, Chief Broadway is back there waiting for you to have a conversation. So thank you so much. Thank you, Chief. I appreciate it. Thank you. We now will have Mr. Igor Baez come up and speak on your item. Mr. Baez, you do get 3 minutes. Your name and address, please, for the record. And at 3 minutes, the microphone will turn off. But thank you for being here today.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
People, publics. My name is Igor Baez. I live in 2474 Augusta Way, Kissimmee. I'm the owner of Pal Callejon and Casa del Artesano. Regardless of the lady, the Lucy, she just explained, I have the same situation with the same guy. The other day, he was walking in front of in the garage with a gun hanging like that, like he's in the Wild Wild West. When I got customers over there and I got kids, because my place is a family thing. Everybody left. Half of the people left. I went to the police and I asked him, what you planning to do with this guy? You want to wait until he kills somebody and then go and arrest, or you going to prevent before that happen? He said he's not breaking the law. That's what he said. So I got security on my place, and I wish the police can do more than he was doing right now with this special case, because we're working very hard to bring the people, the customers to downtown Kissimmee. That way they can enjoy and have fun. And people like that try to break all the efforts we do to keep downtown alive. So I already got conversation with the chief. I have his card. We're going to have an appointment tomorrow. But I want to take these minutes to explain the people, they're not coming at night. This is what happened over here. They have one guy, he's threatening all the business around. Last Sunday, I was walking over there in Three Sisters, and I see two brothers. They have plenty of people over there with family, and the guy walking, and everybody stand down, and everybody left. And we're working very hard to try to make some money. And people like that, they're not good for our community and for our downtown. So, like I say, I'm going to have tomorrow one interview with Chief. And I hope this situation for the next weekends stop, because we're not allowed to get that guy with a gun in the hand doing nothing, just threatening the people in our residence. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Baez, for your comments. These are very important moments. Thank you for being a voice for the businesses. We appreciate it. We are going to call up Ms. Carmen Vieira Carrasquillo. Ms. Carmen, you get 3 minutes. Name and address, please, for the record.
Yes. Good evening. My name is Carmen Viera Carrasquillo. I live in 1936 J. Lawson Boulevard in Orlando. Yet I represent the Association of Puerto Rican Artisans and Visual Artists in Florida. Most of them reside in Kissimmee. We do a lot of events in this area, and we had a situation that happened last May 10th at Casa Vieja in Vine Street. We had 4 artisans with their tents and their weights, and code enforcement came and basically told them, you have 5 minutes to take everything out, or I will give you a fine of $500. Now, we are an organization that works with culture. We have more than 2.7 million Puerto Ricans already in Central Florida, and we don't sell food. We make our things, and the statute that was given to me by the code enforcer is 16630, outdoor sales and roadside stand. I would appreciate it if this whole code can be investigated, revised, reviewed, because for us and for everybody, culture is not something tangible. It's the mere essence of who we are. We live in a city where Puerto Rican population has increased enormously. Our cultures will always be with us. So let's legislate in favor of the people. And this includes preserving, promoting, and celebrating who we are. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Carmen. Appreciate your comment. We'll definitely look into that. I appreciate it. What's a different item? Here, the audience, we have Ms. Maria Virginia Garcia. 3 minutes. Name and address for the record, please, and thank you.
Maria Virginia Garcia, 1520 Neo Landings Loop, apartment 401, Kissimmee. Good evening, Madam Mayor, City Manager, Commissioners, and staff. I would like to share an experience that occurred at the end of last Commission's meeting on May 5th. As I was leaving City Hall, I heard screaming behind me, but I was unable to make out what they were trying to say. As I was driving away, I heard a lot of cursing directed toward me. It has become very apparent that this is the us versus them. When we come up here, the first row of citizens is constantly talking and making comments while people are trying to express themselves. We have lost our decorum and respect for these premises. Meetings are supposed to have passion, and they're meant for the citizens to voice their opinions. But let's do it with respect, not in parking lots or back alleys when the meetings are over. I'm willing to work with everyone, even with the people that disagree with me. We all bring something to the table. Just because we have a difference of opinion doesn't mean that the other side is wrong. I want to make it very clear that just because I choose to conduct myself with respect toward others and I remain silent, you should not mistake my manners for a weakness. When I decided to run for seat 4, I knew what I was getting myself into. It was a conscious decision, knowing that the bullies would come out of the woodwork. I have passion for this community and city, and I'm not going anywhere. The citizens of Kissimmee are tired of the fighting and the division. Let's show everyone that we can agree to disagree and that we're a thriving city in the brink of greatness. We must work together. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Ms. Maria. Mr. John Cortez.
Good evening, everyone. John Cortez, 216 Old Mill Circle, Kissimmee, Florida, 34746. I'm here tonight to talk about the accusations against the mayor and Jesus Christ, I'm brain dead. And Jeanette Martinez. First of all, I want to talk about the charter changes that you guys want to make without having a discussion first on, you had like a mini discussion there that didn't mean anything because I couldn't even understand what the lawyer was saying. So I would like to see something done. If you're going to change the charter, then that means that anybody can become mayor or anybody can get a seat here without even living in the area, which is a lot of baloney because that was done to me twice. I'm just saying that we got to do something, or somebody has to do something right, or take the fall, because to me it's corruption. You're going corruption here. Twice I lost 2 elections because somebody doesn't even live in the district. And that's fair? And then you're going to accuse somebody of doing something without any proof. That's another thing. I'm not here to accuse anybody, but you know who you are. And if you're going to run the city, you have to run the city respectfully and run the city from your heart and your truthfulness, not with deceit. And that's what's happening right now. The city's going to be a garbage place to come to. Just like I told everybody, Florida's turning into New York. And I don't want this place to turn to New York. I left New York 31 years ago. I've been here 31 freaking years. And I always want, and my kids grew up already here. I got a great-grandson now, and I want the world to be a better place to live. I hope we start right. I don't want to mention any names, but if I do, I will get a lawyer and I will sue.
Thank you, Mr. Cortez. Ms. Olga Carino, thank you for being here this evening. Please step up to the podium, your name and address for the record. 3 minutes, at which time your microphone will be turned off. Thank you.
Good evening, Mayor, Commissioners, staff, and audience.
Good evening.
I am speaking tonight because I filed a sworn complaint and my complaint has been accepted. I am respectfully requesting that it be added tonight as an additional discussion item so I can move forward without unnecessary delay. My complaint raised serious concern involving the mayor, her family, and business dealing connected to the marina and matters tied to the city. It also raised concerns about voting conflicts, recusals, and whether the same standards are being applied equally to everyone. I want to be very clear. I am not asking this commission to determine guilt or innocence tonight. I am asking for fairness, transparency, and the same process already being used for other sworn complaints on this agenda. If my complaint was properly received and accepted before this meeting, then it deserves the same consideration of the other ones. Delaying this only creates more question and more public distrust. So tonight, I respectfully ask this commission to add my accept complaint to the agenda and allow it to move forward for independent review. Let the fact be reviewed, let the process work, and let the public see that accountability applies equally to everyone, because we need to be fair. And I'm asking respectfully to see that complaint tonight, because it's supposed to be in this agenda. And for me, this is corruption too. Because if I submit it and it was accepted, why is not in this agenda tonight? Why? Because the mayor took it out? It's because of that? Does this not fairness? Does this not transparency? People of Kissimmee are tired of your retaliation.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. For the record, I don't prepare the agenda. Thank you, City Manager. I think you're the one that prepares this.
Yeah, the complaint was submitted on Thursday afternoon. The deadline for submittal for tonight's agenda was Monday at 5, so it was previous Monday at 5, so it was submitted 4 days after the agenda deadline.
So you mean I had nothing to do with your decision not to put it on this agenda?
That's correct. It'll be on the next agenda, June 2nd.
Thank you so much for the clarification for the people in the audience. I appreciate it. Now, moving forward, Alba Rodriguez, please step up to the podium. You have 3 minutes. Ms. Alba, your name and address at 3 minutes. The microphone will be shut off. Thank you. Welcome.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Alba Rodriguez. I live at 511 East Magnolia, right over here. And my concern is 2 ordinances that were passed a few years ago. One being the extreme loud music in the cars, and number 2, the extreme loud motors, or I don't know what the young boys are doing with the cars. I think a lot of people here know what I'm talking about, unless loud noise doesn't bother them. But at 2 in the morning, I live right by Zillas and Oak, and I tell you, it's crazy. And my question is, how could we enforce these ordinances? I think they're extremely important because it's ambulances, cars, the ambulances, the fire trucks, all of the loud music. I love loud music, but I try to hear it when I'm on the expressway, not in the residential areas. And my last comment is, thank you for the speed limit, 25 in downtown Kissimmee. Extreme thanks, because that was turning into a,
Speedway.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for your
Let's
comments.
enforce those, please.
Thank you. Thank you. And City Manager will definitely review that, please.
Yes, she's referring to the noise ordinance as it pertains to vehicles, and that's something we'll work with the police department on. They've been actively enforcing it, and particularly in downtown, because we do have a big presence downtown. But there's other areas that we're probably going to need to focus on.
Okay. Thank you so much, and thank you for your comment. Ms. Lillian Evans, would you kindly walk up to the, now let me see here. This is for 7C. So 7C would be on the consent agenda. How do we address that? Is that for consent agenda, not just public comments?
The card is for,
It says 7C, public comments. It says both. So we either talk about 7C or we do a public comment. How would you all like that noted?
stick to just public comment.
Keep it as public comment? Okay, thank you. I'll correct that. Ms. Lillian, please give your name and address
Lillian
for the
Evans,
record.
17.
Thank you. You do get 3 minutes, at which time, as you know, the microphone will be turned off, and thank you for your comments.
No problem, thank you. Lillian Evans, 1715 Sunny Street. I want to be clear tonight to oppose the forward with the city charter amendments at this time. The city charter is not another document. It is the foundation of our city government. It is like a city of Kissimmee's constitution. It tells the people how their government works, what powers elected officials have, what limits exist, and how the public is protected. The agenda says it would place purpose charter amendments on August 18, 2026 ballot, including changing term limits for 2 consecutive 4-year terms and 3 consecutive 4-year terms, and adding a criminal background check for candidates. These are serious changes. They deserve serious public decisions. This is important and shouldn't be treated like a routine consent agenda item. When you change the charter, you are not just changing the words on paper, you're changing the rules of the government for every resident, every candidate, every elected official, and every future commission. Before asking voters to change the charter, this commission needs to show people that is worthy of that trust. Right now, there is too many concerns in the city. There are ethic complaints, impeachments requests, allegations, retaliations, questions about the fairness, and public distrust. This is not time for elected officials to ask for more time in office or to change the rules for who can run, while the public is asking for accountability. If these changes are truly good for the people, bring them forward with full transparency. Hold the workshops, let residents ask questions, explain why this is needed now, explain who benefits, explain how it protects the public. The charter begins to the people, not to the politicians sitting at that dais. For the reason I oppose 7C moving forward, we need trust first and need accountability first. We need transparency first. And I will end with saying, I had a lot more to say, but I'm good. As of this investigation continues, remember that all that sit on that dais is guilty by association. Whatever you guys know and keep in your little worlds, you're guilty of association. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Lillian Evans. We appreciate your comments. Oh, it's cold in here.
It is freezing,
In here. Yeah.
Freezing.
At least everyone agrees on that. So now we're going to move on to Ms. Madeline Casiano. Ms. Madeline, I also see you have an email here with a bunch of signatures. So for the record, we'll note that. But Ms. Madeline, if you would kindly address your address, 3 minutes.
My name is Madeline Castellano, 4030 Tucker Avenue, St. Cloud, Florida, 34772. Good evening, Mayor and Commissioners. Today I stand here with a community petition to object on behalf of the residents of the city of Kissimmee. Close to 300 people signed this petition saying they do not want food truck parks in the city of Kissimmee. Residents are asking the city to focus on real needs. More lighting on John Young Parkway, speed bumps in their community, more police presence, more firefighters, more first responders, help for the homeless, and attention to the horrible snow already affecting that area. We have over 160 officers, approximately 87,500 residents. We cannot afford to take limited city resources and redirect them towards night code enforcement or public safety issues created by one food truck park. This food truck park has too many loose ends. There are safety concerns, limited space, parking concerns, odor concern, and no clear insurance information protecting residents if someone gets hurt. This is not a benefit to the residents of Kissimmee. It puts more burden on the city and it creates more risk for the community. Today, I ask you to stop the food truck park permit. I'm here on behalf of the voters who elected you. I respectfully ask you to think about them first, the same way they thought about you when they voted you into office. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate your comment. Do we still have Ms. Claudia Zico? Is she on? Not on? No? Okay, so we're going to pass on that. And the last public comment will be Richard Herr. Mr. Herr, please, your name and address for the record, and 3 minutes.
Richard Herr, Executive Director for Foster Response Team, 1000 Man Street, Kissimmee, Florida. Recently, we had a fire inspection prior to the BTR, and I just wanted to give recognition to the inspector, Mr. Joyce Johnson. I believe he's here right now. He's looking like, so if we can have him come up here, I'd like to give him something, if that's okay. I had no wrapping paper. They wrapped it with a shirt. Thank you. That's it.
Thank you. That concludes our Hear the Audience. We'll move on to consent agenda. Do I have a motion to approve the consent agenda? Motion by Commissioner Alvarez. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Vice Mayor Edie. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries unanimously. You have 1A?
Just one item on the agenda. I didn't have enough time to pull it. I was putting notes down, which was item 7C. That's the only item I don't agree with, but everything else is an aye.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, did you get that for the record? Although that was discussion. Madam Attorney, do you have a comment on that?
I'm sorry, what was you wanted to pull?
Commissioner Martinez.
7C.
Sorry, I'll
7C.
clarify. The clerk her computer went down and was trying to focus.
sorry.
So I just want to clarify. So technically, the motion on the floor was to adopt the entire consent agenda.
Yeah.
So if your nay would be associated, and that's what would reflect in the record, to the entire consent agenda because it wasn't changed.
That's why I was making the clarification. It's not to the entire agenda. It would only be to that specific item on the agenda.
But that
But
wasn't.
I understand.
Yeah,
I understand.
yeah, okay, just
All right.
we can put it in the notes. We'll put it in the comments, but
All
the
right.
official would show in there.
Appreciate it.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you. Moving on, discussion items. We have item 8A, Blue Line Solutions, appeal at city manager's decision upholding the cancellation of RFP 2026-001, school speed detection camera. City Attorney, what are you going to present on this one?
This is an appeal to the city manager's decision to uphold the cancellation of this award pursuant to the RFP. I'm not sure if Blue Line Solutions is here.
You're speaking
Their
very low.
representative.
You're speaking very low. I
I'm
can't
sorry.
even hear you.
If it's too loud or too low, I apologize. Is there a representative for Blue Line in the audience?
Is there anyone here for Blue Line? There isn't. We do have a letter from Victoria Mendez on this item, so just for the record, there is a letter on behalf of this item, so it's public records at this point.
Yes, so I'm not sure if anybody from the city wants to speak on this matter, but the city manager upheld the cancellation and Blue Line appealed that decision to the city commission. So at this point, it is within your right to overturn the city manager's decision.
Thank you. City Manager, would you elaborate on this item so that I understand we have the right to overturn?
Absolutely,
it?
Madam Mayor, Commissioners, thank you for the opportunity to justify the decision that I made. We had an RFP for school zone speed detection cameras to hire a firm in order to install those at several school zones within the city. There was a challenge by several vendors to the award based on a couple technicalities with the process. Our procurement officer agreed with the challenges and decided to cancel the RFP and rescind the recommended award to the top ranked firm, which was Blue Line Solutions. Blue Line Solutions filed an appeal with me to seek that I overturn the procurement officer's decision to cancel the RFP. And before you, there's the letter that I sent to their attorney, but it very specifically says in City Policy 501, which is our purchasing policy, that the city can delay, cancel all bids or proposals in whole or in part, and we don't have to have any reason to do that. It further states in the bid package, section 1.8, page 16, that the city reserves the right to accept and or reject any or all proposals in whole or in part with or without cause. So I feel like that gives me pretty broad discretion, and I think in the best interest of the city and the community that made sense to cancel that RFP. Incidentally, since then, there is an actual circuit court discussion going on about the constitutionality of red light cameras, which is in the same statutory section as the speed zone cameras. So if that's found to be invalid by the courts, it would potentially invalidate the speed zone cameras, which from our perspective makes no sense to go out to another RFP now until that issue is cleared with the courts. So there was another reason for us not moving forward at this point.
Thank you, City Manager. And for the record, this letter is not from Victoria Mendez, it's to Victoria Mendez from our City Manager.
Yes, this is
so just
from
for
me
clarity.
to the attorney, correct.
Yes,
But
so-
there is an attachment in the agenda.
Okay.
That is the actual appeal from Ms. Mendez.
Thank you, and thank you for that explanation. And once this RFP comes back, it'll come back with revisions, correct?
Correct. It'll be republished, and then it will come to the City Commission for the formal award. We hadn't even gotten to the point of bringing it to the Commission yet.
Correct, and that'll come with updates based on whatever happens. Okay, well, thank you for that explanation. Is there a motion to uphold the City Manager's decision? Is there a motion? Well, I'm sorry, discussion. That's, the discussion pretty much came from you. Commissioners, do you have any discussions on this?
I don't have.
No.
No? No? I don't think there's any discussion on this item. It was pretty clear. Is there a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Commissioner Martinez makes the motion. I'll second it. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Thank you so much. We'll move on to 8B, appeal of the Development Review Committee, DRC, decision to renew a conditional use special event permit approval for food trucks in 1985 South John Young Parkway. City Manager to present.
Thank you, Madam Mayor, Commissioners. On April the 16th, the Development Review Committee renewed the approval of the food truck permit for, well, that's actually the conditional use permit to allow for food trucks as part of this extended special event for 1985 South John Young Parkway. During the workshop that was held regarding the potential changes to the food truck ordinance, there was discussion specifically regarding this particular permit. And it was felt, from my opinion, that the Commission expected this to come back to you for further discussion. So I'm appealing it to give you all the opportunity to discuss this item. Should you, as you did back in January, should you feel like everything's fine, you can just make a motion to deny the appeal and move forward. But after discussion, if you wish to do something otherwise, you can make the appropriate motion to do so.
Thank you, City Manager. We do have several comments on this, so we'll start with Ms. Autumn Suffield. Ms. Autumn, your name and address for the record. You do get 3 minutes to speak on this item, at which time the microphone will turn off. Thank you.
My name is Autumn Suffield. I live at 1311 Greenbrook Avenue, Kissimmee, Florida. To the Mayor and Commissioner of Kissimmee, I am begging you to please think about the lives that could be lost if food trucks are allowed on John Young Parkway. The road has already taken too many people from their families, including my Uncle Johnny, who was hit and killed by a car on February 14th at around 7:30 p.m. My family will never be the same after that night. The pain of losing someone you love in such a tragic way is something no family should ever have to feel. I still have video from the scene, and in the video you can hear a police officer say, "Another one," as if this has happened far too many times already. Hearing those words broke my heart because it showed my uncle was not the first life lost there, and without changes, he will not be the last. Now, hearing discussions about putting food trucks on the same dangerous roadway is terrifying. More food trucks will mean more traffic, more distracted drivers, more people crossing the road, and more opportunities for another family to get that heartbreaking phone call that their loved one is never coming home. There are already not enough police officers to handle the dangers on that road now, so adding more congestion will only put more innocent lives at risk. I signed a petition because I refuse to stay silent while more lives are put in danger. Please, before making this decision, think about the mothers, fathers, children, nieces, nephews, and families who can lose someone they love forever. No business opportunity is worth another human life. Thank you.
Thank you, and I'm sorry for your loss. Ms. Lysandra Roman, would you like to come up? And you do have 3 minutes. Your name and address for the record, please.
Lysandra Roman, 1985 South John Young Parkway. I am the permit holder for the special event permit discussed here again tonight. I'm here respectfully, but I am so tired. I feel targeted. I feel like my business has been pulled into something political and personal, when for me, this is simply about doing business, working hard, and providing for my family. I want to ask this board a simple question: why does my permit need to keep coming back over and over again? if I break the rules, I understand being brought back here. Safety issues. You know, John Young Parkway is a busy road. Everybody drives fast. But that's doesn't, you know, and it's unfortunate the accidents that happen there because, you know, even when my business is open during the day, I see, you know, just the other day, I was able to help the police establish somebody who actually jumped in front of a truck. So, you know, it is unfortunate that things happen on that road, but it has nothing to do with having food trucks there. I am following the conditions on the permit, and I'm following the rules. Well, I have to come back here every 90 days after it gets approved. There are other businesses in this city with real concerns and real complaints, and they are not being dragged back here before the board every few months. They're not treated like they're doing something wrong just because they're trying to operate. I feel like my business is being treated differently, and I know some people may not want to say it out loud, but I will. This is political. It feels personal for some people on this board, but for me, this is not politics. This is my business. This is how I provide for my family. I want to make sure something very clear. I do not have a business partnership with Commissioner Martinez. She's my friend, and that's it. The lies, the attacks, the rumors are getting really old. A friendship is not a business partnership. A friendship is not a crime. A friendship should not be used to punish my business. I am asking this board to please stop continuing this every 90 days unless there's a real reason. Let me operate. Let me follow the rules. Let me prove that I can run my business the right way. I'm not asking for special treatment. Serious issues are happening in this city, and I respectfully ask.
Thank you. Ms. Sabrina Simmons. Sabrina? Oh, thank you. 3 minutes, at which time the microphone will turn off. Thank you. Thank you for being here this evening.
My name is Sabrina Simmons. I live at 603 Alma Street, Kissimmee, Florida, 34741.
Can you speak into the microphone?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's okay.
It's Sabrina Simmons. It's 602 Alma Street, Kissimmee, Florida, 34741.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Mayor and Commissioners, I stand before you today with determination and concern for the safety of our community to strongly oppose allowing food trucks on John Young Parkway. The roadway is already one of the busiest and most dangerous areas in our city, with constant traffic, speeding vehicles, congestion, and accidents happening far too often. Avoiding food trucks along the roadway will only create more distractions for drivers, more traffic backing up onto the road, and more dangerous situations for pedestrians trying to cross or walk near these trucks. We do not want John Young Parkway to become overcrowded with food trucks when the safety of families, drivers, and residents should come first. My family has personally experienced tragedy on this road. My brother Johnny, yes. And I know firsthand how dangerous it already is without adding more hazards. Food trucks pulling in and out, customers parking on the side of the road, and people gathering near traffic will increase the risk of serious accidents and possibly even more deaths. Another major concern is that many of these food trucks do not carry proper insurance coverage, which puts the public at risk if someone gets hurt or property is damaged. If there is an accident involving one of these trucks, who will be responsible? The residents should not have to worry about unsafe business operations being placed on such a heavily traveled roadway. My whole community signed a petition because people are deeply concerned about what this could do to our neighborhoods and our roads. Families, residents, and local community members have come together because we do not want food trucks on John Young Parkway. We want safer roads, less congestion, and decisions that protect the people who live here every single day. I ask you today to please think about the long-term safety of this community and reject any plans that would allow food trucks along John Young Parkway. Thank you for your time and for listening to the concerns of the people you represent. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for coming in tonight to speak about how you feel. Mr. Jeremy Fetzer. Name and address.
Jeremy Fetzer, 120 Broadway, Suite 304, Kissimmee, Florida. Tonight for this agenda item, I'm asking for the recusal of Jeanette Martinez. Per the Florida DBPR license that she holds for Coki's Kitchen, her commissary and her actual DBPR license is of this address. It's 1985 South John Young Parkway under the Lake Genera. These conflicting documents and these business arrangements is a conflict. So at this time, I would ask her to recuse herself from this motion to vote. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Stephanie Nelson.
Good evening. Mayor and Commissioners. This is an appeal of DRC decision to renew conditional use special event permit for food trucks at 1985 South John Parkway. I support the DRC renewal. Stop targeting the business. I am speaking on item 8B, the appeal. This issue keeps coming back, and I have to ask, what is new? What has changed? Why are we still dragging this out? According to the agenda, this conditional use permit was originally recommended for approval with conditions by DRC on May 20th, 2025. It was then approved by Planning Advisory Board on August 20th, 2025 as an extended special event permit to allow up to 6 food trucks. The agenda also says the DRC renewed the conditional use on December 16th, 2025. Again on January 9th, 2026, and again on April 7th, 2026. The current renewal expires on July 10th, 2026, and it is already scheduled to return to DRC on July 7th, 2026 for another possible 90-day renewal. So again, what is the problem right now? If the business violates the permit, then enforce the rules. If they mess up, then take action. If they create a real public safety issue, then deal with it. But until then, stop harassing this business. The city should be helping small businesses succeed, not putting them through a political obstacle course. Food trucks are small businesses. Families depend on them. Workers depend on them. Customers enjoy them. And I have another serious concern. Why is Commissioner Martinez expected to recuse herself, but the mayor is not being held to the same standard? The mayor owns a restaurant. The commissioner owns a food truck. So how does it make sense that one elected official is told to step aside, but another elected official with similar business interests is allowed to participate? That does not make sense to the public. Fairness means the same rules apply to everybody. If food truck or restaurant ownership creates a conflict, then apply that standard.
Thank you for your time. For the record, I don't no longer own a restaurant. I sold it about a month ago, and they're a little different, but that's okay. Thank you. Newsflash. Ms. Madeline Cassiano, would you kindly walk up to the podium? And you get 3 minutes. Name and address for the record, at which time the microphone will be turned off. Thank you.
Can I approach to at least?
Pardon me? You give it to the clerk. Yeah, thank you.
Madeline Cassiano, 4030 Tucker Avenue, St. Cloud, Florida, 34772.
Thank you. Okay, go ahead.
I'm respectfully requesting that Commissioner Janet Martinez consider recusing herself from voting on this item due to potential conflict involving the property located at 1985 South John Young. I also promised two of the owners that own around, they were talking about overflow parking. And unfortunately, I have two emails here stating from the owner saying that, no, I don't allow overflow parking. I don't know if you want to turn this on so you can see it.
Ms. Cassiano, your minutes are running out. Are you trying to show us something on there?
Yes, I'm trying to show you the email.
I'm not sure what you're trying to.
I'm going to read it.
Yeah.
We will never grant permission for non-tenant activities to use our parking lot. Please let me know what you will need from us. Do you need to attend the meeting with the city? Thank you, and that was all. I just want Martinez recused. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. That'll be put in the record as well. And we have another letter here from a Mr. Joniel, or Mrs. Joniel, I'm sorry, Mayans. The letter it was sent to the clerk as well as to myself, opposing food truck park 100%. That needs to be for the record. And so we'll note that for the record. In addition, this letter speaks about a concern she has about the vice mayor, but that's not the item we're discussing right now, so we'll just set this for the record. The item about the vice mayor, I probably should have read into comments, but that segment closed, so we'll just leave that document there for the record, and it's part of today's minutes. City Attorney, is that okay? I mean, I'm not trying to read the whole, thank you, appreciate that. Okay, now I think all the comments have been read. That segment of this is closed. Discussion. Commissioners, would you like to have discussion on this? Any discussions? Any discussions here? No?
I think Commissioner Martinez.
Sorry.
Sorry. Go right ahead.
I'm trying to break the button here.
Sure.
Madam Clerk, can you please read my document to the record because I don't have it in front of me? My Form 8B.
You want me to read it?
If you could.
I, Jeanette Martinez, hereby disclose that on May 19, 2026, a measure came or will come before the...
It's very low. I'm sorry. I don't know.
I, Jeanette Martinez, hereby disclose that on May 19, 2026, a measure came or will come before the agency which you have checked the box.
There's the top one, although the first
Entered
one.
to my special private gain or loss. The rest are in A. And the measure before my agency and the nature of my conflicting interest, and the measure is as follows. As per the conversation with the city attorney, out of an abundance of caution and consistent with the city attorney's opinion, I will file a Form 8B and recuse myself, although I have no financial gain, interest, or loss in this matter. This is consistent with prior recusals related to this matter.
Thank you, Madam Clerk.
You're welcome.
All right, so for all of the people that couldn't hear, and me that's up here, what exactly are we trying to say here? I'm sorry.
Do you want me to reread it?
No, it's a recusal. Is that what you're?
I filled out Form 8B, which is me recusing from voting from this item, not because there is a financial gain or interest, but for consistency purposes. I had the opportunity to sit down with the city attorney, had conversations with her, and in lieu of me abstaining the first time, it's just consistent for me to abstain again.
Okay.
So for the record, I am the owner of Cookie Kitchen. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for the clarity on that. I could hardly understand. That's why I'm so sorry, and just want to make sure everyone understood this. So, okay, is that the only item of discussion up here? Is there a motion to approve the appeal? Do you have a motion?
Motion to
Yes.
approve.
Motion to approve.
All in favor? I'm sorry, I need a second. So we have a motion, and then there's a second.
Yes, but
Who are we recognizing as the primary
I made a
motion?
motion to appeal.
You made a motion to approve. Okay. Commissioner Ortiz made a motion to approve. Do I have a second? Is there a second? I'll second your motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, nay. Commissioner Alvarez and
nay.
nay. Vice Mayor. So it's 2-2, it fails. Okay, thank you so much. We will now pass the gavel to Vice Mayor to chair items 8C and 8D.
Item 8C, commission action on sworn complaint against Commissioner Jeanette Martinez. Mike?
My complaint?
No, it's Mike.
Oh, Mike complaint, okay.
No.
Sorry.
Madam Attorney, are you handling the complaint?
According
I did not think that I was, but.
Real quick, Madam Attorney, just on the last item, just so I have clarification, Commissioner Ortiz, on your motion, was it a motion to approve the appeal? Or was it a motion to deny the appeal?
Approve the appeal.
Approve the appeal. Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Which means that because the motion failed, the business is approved for
Exactly.
another 90 days,
Right.
Okay, thank you.
to clarify.
Thank you.
So item 8C, you guys ready?
Yes.
Item 8C is a request to accept the sworn complaint against Commissioner Jeanette Martinez under Section 30-25 and to forward that complaint to the Chief Judge for the Ninth Circuit Judicial Court. Under item 5A, the Commission did approve a temporary suspension of the enforcement of Section 30-25. So at this point, it's really up to the City Commission whether you want to push this to the prosecutor or withhold this action on this until such time as the ordinance is rewritten. Because these complaints were received prior to the resolution being published on the agenda, it gives the Commission the discretion to determine whether you want to do that or not.
Okay.
So at this point, we're just looking for a motion one way or the other.
I have some public comment cards here. We'll start off with Mr. Jose Figueroa. And please state your name and address, and you have 3 minutes.
Yes, Jorge Figueroa, 2918 Sarabella Way, Kissimmee, Florida, 34744. Good evening, Commissioners and Madam Mayor, members of the community. I want to take a moment to address the ongoing situation surrounding the sworn complaints against Commissioners Martinez and Mayor Espinosa. These are hardworking women with families with a commitment to all who call Kissimmee home. Regardless of where anyone stands politically, I believe many residents are growing concerned about the increasing level of division, personal attacks, and negative rhetoric surrounding the city government. Kissimmee is at an important point in this growth and development. There are major opportunities ahead of us to strengthen our economy, improve infrastructure, attract investments, support local businesses, create jobs, and improve the quality of life for all residents throughout Kissimmee and the surrounding communities. Unfortunately, continued political infighting and public disputes are taking attention away from the real issues that matter most to the people. These conflicts are creating unnecessary distractions, slowing progress, and bringing unwanted negative attention to our city at a time when we should be focused on collaboration and solutions. The residents of Kissimmee did not elect leaders to engage in constant division. They elected leaders to work together even when disagreements exist, to move the city forward responsibly and professionally. Healthy debate is part of the democracy, but personal attacks and ongoing hostility only weaken public trust and damage the image of our community. We cannot allow negativity and division to hinder the advancement of important projects and initiatives that have the potential to make Kissimmee an even more vibrant, prosperous, and united city for future generations. I encourage all members of this commission to refocus their energy on serving the people, restoring civility, and prioritizing the long-term success of our city above politics, personal conflicts. The community is watching, and the people deserve leadership that is focused in progress, unity, and results. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Ms. Stephanie Nelson. Please state your name, your address, and you have 3 minutes to voice your concern.
Stephanie Nelson, 1715 Sunny Street, Kissimmee. My position on this is both must move forward. Mayor and Commissioners, I am speaking on Item 8C, commission action on the sworn complaint against Commissioner Jeanette Martinez. And item 8D, commission action on the sworn complaint against Mayor Jackie Espinoza. My position is simple. Both complaints need to move forward. The agenda states that the sworn complaint against Commissioner Jeanette Martinez was received by the city clerk on April 23rd, 26, and the staff is seeking commission action to transmit the complaint to the Chief Circuit Judge in the 9th Judicial Circuit for appointment of special prosecutor. The agenda also states that the sworn complaint against Mayor Jackie Espinoza was received by the city clerk on April 30th, 2026, and that the staff is also seeking commission action to transmit that complaint to the Chief Circuit Judge for appointment of special prosecutor. So again, both need to move forward. Not one, not the politically convenient one, not only the complaint against one person, both, or any other already submitted. If residents have legitimate concerns, they deserve answers. If elected officials are accused of wrongdoing, they deserve fair process. And if the complaints are not valid, then let the process clear that up. But what we should not do is block, delay, pause, or hide the process. Mayor, you said you welcomed the investigation, so the question is, why not now? If you welcomed it when it sounded good publicly, then welcome it now when it actually has to move forward. The public is tired of political games. They're tired of people using motions, delays, and technical arguments to avoid accountability. The city needs transparency, not selective transparency. We are not here to convict anyone tonight. We are not here to decide guilt or innocence. We are here to allow the process to move forward so that the facts can be reviewed by the proper person. That is all. If Commissioner Martinez has to answer a complaint, then Mayor Espinoza should have to answer one too. If one complaint is transmitted, both should be transmitted. If the city says it believes in accountability, then accountability cannot depend on who the complaint is against. The people deserve better than political protection. Let item 8.
Thank you. Yeah. Is there anyone in the audience that would like to speak on this agenda? Okay, then we'll open it up to the commission for discussion now. No, I asked if there anyone in the audience would like to speak on this agenda. That's what I asked. And I didn't get any hands raised, so, okay. We will open it up to the commission for comments now. Okay. We'll start to my right, Commissioner Ortiz.
Thank you, Honorable Vice Mayor.
Sure.
I make a motion to accept the complaint and hold prosecution until the ordinance is amended.
Could you Commissioner Ortiz? Commissioner Ortiz?
Yes.
Could you restate that? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
I didn't.
Motion to,
I make a motion to accept the complaint and hold prosecution until this ordinance is amended.
and hold it.
Got it. We're moving forward. Is that
Yeah.
what you're saying? Okay.
I second that motion. Just to move forward.
To move forward. Okay.
Yeah.
we'll go
I'm not
forward.
moving forward, it's like to remove it.
Say that again?
Excuse me?
You to put it on hold.
You want to put it on hold?
Yes.
Okay.
So you're making
We
a motion
already-
to accept the complaint, but hold it until the ordinance has been amended.
Correct.
So do I have a second to that motion?
So we have a motion on the floor, and we have a second by Commissioner Alvarez. Am I correct? I thought you seconded. Okay. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
I'm not approving it. This provision was put up before we just do the suspension, so it's legality, it's way before the suspension came into place that we just put into place. So it's before
Absolutely.
that it's been filed.
Gotcha.
So to me, it has a legitimacy and it's it's legit. So I'm going to let it continue. Thank you.
You wanted to run its course. Okay.
So can I clarify? So Commissioner Alvarez is withdrawing his second.
Exactly.
Is that correct?
Exactly.
Okay.
So now we just have a motion
Correct.
and not a second.
I withdraw it. I understood that he said to approve.
Okay.
To delay it. Okay.
Okay, so at this point, it's safe to say that the motion failed.
Right.
Correct?
So there's no second to the motion. Is there another motion on this?
I'm sorry?
Is there another motion on this item?
Were you trying to make another motion, Commissioner Alvarez?
Yeah, I'm making a motion to approve and go forward with the complaints. This one against is Jeanette and as well as Jackie Esperanza.
So you want to combine both of them together? The motion-
It
I don't
has
think
to
you
be
can.
two separate motions.
I'll do it to Jeanette. Let's do Jeanette first. So I'll make a motion to move forward with Jeanette Martinez, Commissioner Martinez.
Okay. And I'll second. All those in favor?
Nay.
Aye. So, motion passed.
I haven't voted yet. Wait.
Okay, I didn't think you could vote.
And by moving forward, we mean to the Ninth Judicial Circuit.
That's correct.
This is moving forward to
Correct.
the Ninth Judicial Circuit. I was under the impression that,
This is not my motion. This is not
Okay,
my
okay.
case. This is
Okay.
Commissioner Martinez's case. It's-
I believe it's Mr. Alvarez,
So,
Commissioner. Oh,
I'm sorry. City Attorney, what happens at this case if it fails? What happens? How do you cure that so that we don't have a repetition of what happened at the last meeting?
If there is not a motion to accept this and then transfer it to the Ninth Judicial Chief Judge, then it fails.
then it just goes away. Okay. Does that answer your question?
Thank you. So my answer is nay. So do we cure this? Is that where it stays? City Attorney?
I'm sorry, what is the question?
She asked at this point, since she voted nay, where does the motion go? Where does it stand?
Did
The
we get
motion
everyone's
fails.
vote?
No. Did you, Mayor, did you put your vote on the record? So it's a motion.
I'm asking the question, like what happens at a 2-2?
If it's a 2-2, then the motion fails.
Right.
So then it doesn't get.
And then we would have to wait for the revision of the section, correct?
Well,
How does that work? Could you explain that to me from a legal perspective?
Sure. I mean, at this point, that would mean that the commission is not taking action on the complaint. So that basically means that it doesn't proceed at all.
Okay.
It can get refiled after the new ordinance takes effect.
Correct. And if the person that is asking to file this complaint against Commissioner Martinez wishes to proceed with the Commission on Ethics, they're more than welcome to do that. Am I correct?
That has
That's a
no
whole separate
bearing.
issue from here,
Yes.
which is where it would end up. Okay, I'm still a nay. I'll vote nay, and it won't move forward. Allow, and it's okay, whatever happens with mine, I just want to vote nay on this.
Okay, so do we want to do roll call?
We can do a roll call. Would
Thank you,
like?
that's
Okay.
good. Thank you.
Commissioner Ortiz,
nay.
Vice Mayor Eady. Your vote?
Oh,
Vice Mayor
my vote
Eady.
out the- oh, aye.
I voted aye.
And Mayor
You should
Espinosa.
not- Yeah, I'm sorry. Aye.
Mayor? You're
nay.
Nay. So
Two
it's a
nays, 2 ayes.
2-2-1.
Thank you. Move on to your next item.
Okay, next item, which would be 8D, Commission Action on Sworn Complaint against Mayor Jackie Espinosa. And I have one person, no, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I probably don't need to repeat myself, but
Yeah.
it'd be the same explanation as the last item. The commission can vote to either accept it and transmit it to the chief judge, or on this item, you can do the same as you did last item.
Okay.
Let me ask you a question. These complaints are in conjunction with the other ones that are in place at the same time? They all joined?
So
separate complaint.
the first two complaints that came in a couple months ago, they have already been transmitted to the chief prosecutor. So the chief prosecutor, or the prosecutor is now addressing the complaints against the mayor and commissioner. These two complaints are the next two complaints that you're deciding on. The first of these two, the decision was not to take action. So we're essentially holding the complaint against Commissioner Martinez, and now you have to decide what you want to do with the complaint on Commissioner or Mayor Espinosa.
We're not taking action on her complaint as
right now. That's what you would do. Yeah.
I have one comment card, and that would be Stephanie Nelson. Did you want to speak on this item?
Spoke on both of them in the last.
Oh, I think you've already spoken on. I think it all ran together. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. Thank you. Is there anyone in the audience that wants to speak on this particular agenda item at this time?
I just have a question. Lillian Evans, Sunny Street. So you guys talk so low that people can't hear. You seem so confused about everything that's going on the board. I don't understand. So can you explain loudly where people can understand whether it's going forward or it's going to stay back, like the mayor wants?
City clerk.
City attorney, can you clarify her question? She can't hear us. And is it moving forward or is it staying? I guess that's the question for Ms. Lillian Evans.
So
Thank
it
you.
is. It is not the decision of the board was to not take action on those complaints. On the first complaint, they still have not voted on the second complaint.
Thank you.
Well, Ms. Jeanette Martinez will not move forward. It'll just sit there until this is revised. Thank you. I'm sorry. Go right ahead.
Go ahead. Yes. State your name, and you have 3 minutes.
I do want to. I'm sorry to interrupt, ma'am. I do want to clarify. So the motion was to actually move it forward, and then it was in a holding pattern. So, Madam Attorney, from Robert's Rules standpoint, is it correct to say it's technically considered unfinished business because no majority action has actually happened?
I would say that no action has been taken, so it is not going to proceed.
Right. The item is just unfinished.
Yes.
So in essence, we would bring it back once the suspension of Chapter 3025 is lifted and a new ordinance is passed or not passed, and that 6 months runs out, then it would come back to the commission for consideration, correct?
Yes.
Correct.
Lawyer.
Excuse me, you're not allowed to scream from across. You can walk up. We have someone at the podium.
City attorney, our vote was 2 nays and 2 ayes and 2 nays, right?
Mm-hmm.
So due to those votes, it dies at that point. Okay, that's all I want to know. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay,
Michelle LeBron, 15 South Orlando Avenue, Kissimmee. I just wanted to comment because it's abundantly clear that some of the commissioners don't understand the legality of all of the complaints that are taking place. And I think the media doesn't understand it. The public people that are commenting obviously don't understand what's happening. The purpose of the writ that was filed by the mayor is to correct the situation because the Commission on Ethics is the sole exclusive venue where these decisions need to be made. It is imprudent for you all to take new complaints now that are being filed and process them through the same process until you have a decision from the 6th DCA on that issue. So if the 6th DCA comes back and says, oh, it's fine for it to proceed this way, then you can go forward and proceed that way on future complaints. But it doesn't make sense for new complaints tonight to be approved and passed on to go through the same process when you're going to end up with the same result, another writ of prohibition being filed until there's a ruling out of the 6th DCA. So it makes sense what you did. You approved to hold off and revise the city code so that it is in line with the state statute. And once that happens and you all decide what that code is going to be, then move forward with the additional complaints that came out. No one is saying that anybody is trying to stop the investigation. It's clickbait on your media. You need not believe everything you read on the internet. It's clickbait. No one is trying to stop any investigation. The investigation just needs to proceed in the appropriate tribunal to make that decision. And the process by which sending it to the chief judge and a prosecutor, that is not the proper way for it to be done. So if it is justice that you seek and transparency and answers, then that's the procedure that needs to make. And you should be patient and allow the commission to figure out what the code needs to be and allow the 6th ECA to make a decision. Instead of repeatedly filing the same complaints over and over again, it's the same people making the same complaints. And quite frankly, you're wasting the time of the commission, who should be addressing serious public issues that need to happen in this city and addressing all the business development that they're trying to accomplish. It's a waste of time. Let that process play out before you keep filing more and more and more complaints. Thank you.
Thank you, Attorney LeBron. Very good. Finally, someone gets it.
It's the reason why we put the 6-month suspension temporarily, because all it is going to keep compiling. All these complaints will just keep combining on top of one another. So this could prolong for, who knows, another year, another 2 years. So I'm just saying. Thank you that we did pass that.
Is there anyone else in the audience that wants to speak on this agenda item?
Angela?
Okay.
Briefly, if you can. For the attorney, that's your legal opinion on that matter for Florida Chapter 112? For the Code of Ethics being the sole responsible for that? I'm not going to express a legal opinion. That's my personal. Okay, because some of this stuff is home rule. So it does not apply to Florida Chapter 112 for the Commission on Ethics. So if we were to file specific complaints and send them to the Commission on Ethics, and it doesn't have to do with abuse of power or whatever falls under 112, it does fall under home rule for the city of Kissimmee because it's our code, correct? All right, so there can be multiple investigations happening at the same time because one doesn't have to do with the other one, and it's overruling and overstepping on those boundaries. No, that's by the statute. Yeah. We're just trying to get two different perspectives on that matter. So since you're speaking to the press and everyone, just wanted to make sure that that was clarified, that they don't have the sole authority over that matter. Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Ortiz, do you have a comment?
Well, in this item, we're talking item 8D.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, because it looks like everyone here is confused. I just want to make another motion to accept the complaint and hold prosecution until the ordinance is amended.
So that's your motion on the...
Yes.
Okay.
Before the motion, can we have discussion? I was just referring back to the comment that was being said.
Okay.
Commissioner.
So we have a motion on the floor. Do I have a second? And your motion is to move forward, am I correct?
To hold.
To hold.
Yeah, it's clear. I make a motion to accept the complaint and hold prosecution until the ordinance is amended.
Okay. You spoke a little
Speaking
louder.
clear.
Gotcha. I got you. Do I have a second? So without a second, motion is...
So the motion dies.
Discuss the item.
Motion dies. Okay.
So discussion is open.
Okay, thank you. So I'm very disappointed with the fact that we're not moving forward with these items. I understand, like I said before, the cost of it, it's crazy. But here we are, and waiting 6 months, it's ridiculous. I want to move forward with these motions. I want to see this in front of a prosecutor. I want to see this process move so we can have relief and we can get back to doing business. That's what I'd like to see happen. So my motion is for this complaint to move forward, and hopefully an entertaining of reversing another motion before this meeting is over. I'd be open to that as well. Thank you.
And I will second that motion.
Nay.
Okay, so the motion is to accept the complaint and transmit it to the court. Okay.
So we have a motion and a second. Now we can vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Nays?
Nay.
Nay. Okay. Come.
No, don't tell him to calm down.
Yeah. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Vice Mayor Eady, would you like me to do a roll call to be
Please,
consistent?
please.
Commissioner Ortiz?
Nay.
Vice Mayor Eady?
Aye.
Commissioner Alvarez?
Nay.
Commissioner Martinez?
Aye.
That's it. I'm tired of this.
It is a 2-2 with 1 abstain.
It's back and forth. Yep, I switched it up. All right, that's it.
I'm sorry. So this part of this commission meeting is now closed. Here you go.
Thank you. We now resume the meeting, and we go right on to 8E, City Attorney Employment Agreement. City Attorney, please present.
I hope that all of the commissioners had an opportunity to review the contract that I gave you in advance. And it's also the copy on record on this agenda item. I'm happy to discuss any points of it, and I hope that you approve, and I am thankful for this opportunity.
We will move to discussion. Commissioners, do you have any discussion, any concerns, any questions for the City Attorney Employment Agreement that you've all had the opportunity to review?
I had a concern.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. One of the major concerns that I had on that contract was if there was a decision or discussion of termination, it was requested that she receive a 30-day notice. Previously, according to what has been done in the past, it was required a 5-day notice. Am I correct?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm happy to address that issue. The 30-day notice is actually quite standard for city attorney contracts, and I can't speak to what was in previous contracts for city attorneys with the city, but part of the reason is that that should be something that is put on a official noticed agenda.
My concern with that would be, I don't know not one company that will give you a 30-day notice that they're going to fire you. I don't, now there may be some out there, but I don't know them. I don't know one. That was one concern. The other concern that I had was the salary at $248,000. I had requested, and I'll ask again, that you take at least $12,000 off of that, because the last city attorney that we had, that's what she left at, that salary, but she was tenured. You're coming into this position as a new city attorney. So I feel like that's the least that we can do. So 248 minus 12,000 is about 230. 248 and 12. Yep, I was right. 236. So really, it's only $1,000 a month that's coming off.
The contract specifies 238,000, and that is very consistent with the salaries for other city attorneys in our region.
When they, as a starting salary?
Yes.
And what cities did you research?
Daytona Beach, Lakeland, and City of Melbourne.
Anybody else have any concerns?
Is that it for your concerns?
Those two are
Thank
my
you.
main two. Yes. I'm sorry, ma'am.
Commissioner Martinez, do you have any comments, concerns?
I'm sorry?
Do you have any comments or concerns about the contract that you're ready to approve or disapprove for the city attorney's employment agreement?
Thank you for recognizing, Madam Mayor. In reference to the salaries, you said you researched 3 different locations. Are they similar to size, and they are? Okay, thank you. That was my question.
Thank you. Commissioner Alvarez, do you have any comments or concerns on the contract that you're about to approve or disapprove?
I'm just following up behind what, echoing what the Vice Mayor Edie said about the past former attorney's salary, and I'm totally agreeable with that. That's all I have, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. And Commissioner Ortiz, do you have any concerns or comments about the about the agreement you're about to approve or disapprove for the city attorney?
Yes, I do. The only concern what I have is the majority vote, like to be removed for 3-2. But beside that, I approve that contract.
Thank you. All right. City Attorney, did you have any comments you wanted to add?
Just a comment that was made.
City Manager, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I know what you meant.
I know. Spoken at you.
The city's pension attorney did opine on the contract language that's proposed that would allow application of the severance towards the city pension for vesting, and under Florida statutes, as well as the city pension ordinance, specifically Florida statute 215.425, you can't apply post-employment severance towards a pension. And so that language would need to be reworked to be consistent with both state law and the city ordinance. And I did forward that that comment to the board.
I forgot about that.
Thank you. Is that it? Is that it, City Manager?
Yes.
Thank you. City Attorney, do you have anything you'd like to add before I make any comments?
No.
No. Okay. So we've had City Manager, if you would confirm, please, for the record, we've had 2 different attorney firms look at this just to avoid any conflict of interest, correct?
Yes.
And would you tell me what the 2 attorneys, what was the premise of their review?
So the pension attorney I just mentioned, his concern. The labor attorney looked at it. I think for the most part he agreed with the language that was in her proposed contract from a legal standpoint. He did raise concern with regard to the termination for cause versus termination for convenience or for no cause, which is the primary method for terminating the contract in the proposed agreement. And there is a section in the Florida statutes that requires there be a statement added to the contract that basically says that if the employee is terminated for misconduct, that they are not eligible for severance. So that also would need to be tweaked in the draft in order to be consistent with state law.
I don't think the labor attorney said that, but I don't see that in those comments.
He did send an email right before the commission meeting to clarify that. But it's specifically...
I did not receive that.
Section 215-425-4A is what he was specifically referencing.
Okay.
Thank you. Now, I'm sorry.
Honestly, I don't have any problems with that. I just thought for simplicity, it made sense to just consolidate all of that because ultimately it's the same thing. And that was his initial comment. In fact, it says, if this is acceptable to the city, there are no legal concerns from my view, practically would limit the city's exposure to a breach of contract claim challenging cause. It may also simplify the commission's deliberation on the issue. So I'm happy to give myself another option, so we can put that in.
Thank you. So I'm going to make the closing comment on this, and then I'm going to call a motion. Several months ago, we as a commission agreed to put out a city manager, if you would help me through this. We agreed at one point that we would allow a process to play to bring in the top qualified attorneys if needed, and of course allow our now city attorney to apply just like everyone else. My expectation was with that, to be very clear, was that that would have given us enough time to not have these awkward moments and have a contract that was written and validated and done through a process. And all these things could have been ironed out. I feel like these contracts, when they come at us and we're signing off and the mayor has to sign off and you all have to sign off, sometimes, it's funny, it'll take 6 months to do one thing, but it'll take one day to have to sign a contract. So I have kind of a challenge with the way this was handled, but that's not here nor there, because as we spoke, it is what it is, right? There was a motion after we had agreed that we would go through an agency, and then here we are trying to figure it out. But I think you're a great attorney. I think you've done a lot of work, and you've cured a lot of situations that have been thrown at you. So I don't think it's a question of whether you're a good attorney or not. It's that I believe everything has a process, and a proper process to that. To do things out of emotion, or to do things because we're frustrated or because we want to just have the last word, that's never how we should approach these things. What I'm hearing is that every commissioner here has a concern. I don't like that I just got the revisions 15 minutes before I walked into this meeting today about this employment agreement from this attorney that had been contacted to review this contract. But that's okay. We've read it. We've had some conversation about this. I agree with several of the issues or concerns. I like the 3-2 vote. I will not make a motion for a 4-1. The 30-day situation, our last city attorney had 5 days, although it took her 15 or more to never communicate with me, and that's okay too, but 5 days is really where these contracts are usually held. City manager, am I correct? That was your confirmation to me.
Yeah, my contract is 5 days, and the previous city attorney's is also 5 days.
So that's a standard for
Yeah, then now maybe
attorneys.
with more recent contracts, it's more standard, but
Right.
that's what the previous city attorney's contract was.
Okay. Salary, I guess, I have a couple of commissioners that have concerns about the 248 versus 236. Okay. Pension, I guess we've discussed the pension. You've got another attorney that has an opinion. So now that I've done that review, I'd like to add something, and we've talked about it. You've been very, very kind and gracious in accepting that. In the year and a half that I've been the mayor, I'd like to know when, and I get it, maybe other administrations did this differently, and that's what city manager has confirmed, that it was kind of an understood whenever someone was going to be out, that you would all tell each other. But for me, that I spent a lot of time at City Hall and dealing with all these issues, and you were very pleasing, and you were ready to do that, which is just whenever you're not going to be in the office, you're going to work out of home. It's always nice to know, because sometimes we'll pop in, and I know Fridays usually is a day where you try to work out of the house. I don't have a problem with that. That's the modern world we live in. I just want it to be on the record. I'd also like to do a yearly review. Perhaps, city manager, you mentioned at one point where the reviews were kind of left at whenever, they felt there was something to talk about during the briefings. But I think it should be a formal review, because I think everyone should be able to sit down and discuss wherever, because there's always areas of improvement. Even for us, it also gives you all the opportunity to tell us how you would like us to address certain things. It creates communication, which I think is the key here. So I'd like somehow or another to add a yearly review. And if there's nothing to discuss, there's nothing to discuss. And if everything's great, everything's great. But it gives us that opportunity. And when you're running a corporation, such as a city business, we should have reviews.
Absolutely.
And so that's one thing I would add. So yearly reviews, notify us when you're going to work from home or when you're not coming in, because sometimes there's questions, we've got to wait, we don't know where to go. And to create separation, because when city attorney wasn't here or is not here, it seems like innately we just go to the city manager, and that also perhaps should be addressed where we have to go directly to city council, city attorney. And so that would also allow us the opportunity to create a better rapport with you. I think innately we just go to city manager because we feel just there's compelled that you're always here, that you're always in touch with us, but I'd like to create that relationship that was lacking. And so I would like to emphasize on that. I think it's important. And that's pretty much it. So I'd like to, if that's okay, would you like to add anything to that, city attorney? I'd like to give you the courtesy of responding to my concerns or my summation of the same.
I appreciate all of those comments. I just want to be clear about the 30-day notice. It is unfortunate that the city manager's contract does not provide for 30 days and that the prior city attorney's contract did not provide for 30 days. It is literally in all of these contracts, all of these recent city attorney contracts. It is standard 30-day notice. So that's not trying to be reinventing the wheel, but that's kind of immaterial to me. An annual review, I'm happy to put that into the contract. Obviously, we speak often and my door is always open. I think everybody here knows that. I try to work from home on Fridays. That is true. Everybody knows it. I don't take vacations very often, and in the future, when I do, I will have my deputy take on as acting city attorney in my absence. There will be an email sent out to everybody, much in the similar manner that the city manager does. So this will be different than the prior city attorney. I am a different person. I work very differently. And my contract is not going to be like the former city attorney's contract. So I can't really accept that because it was done one way, that therefore that means it has to be done that way moving forward. That's the purpose of this. I tried to give the commissioners this contract well in advance of publication of the agenda, and I hoped for the opportunity to speak with everybody. I have spoken with everybody since then, not one-on-one, but I didn't bring this previously because Commissioner Ortiz was out of town. So this was the first available. So this has been a month that I've been here without a contract. It's been actually many months, but since I was actually appointed as city attorney, it's been a month without a contract, and I don't like feeling insecure and vulnerable. So it will help my department to be able to make the changes we need to make. I can hire somebody, I can move around my existing personnel, So whatever the changes you guys want to make, that's fine by me. I just would appreciate if we could somehow move this forward.
Thank you. Vice Mayor, you have a comment. I can't quite read what you're, but I understand you're trying to get my attention here, so
Thank you
have
so
a
much.
comment, please.
Thank you so much.
Sure thing.
Would you consider being put on a 6-month probationary period?
That's just not how these contracts work, so no. I don't see how that pertains to this contract.
Vice Mayor, do you want to, I'm not sure what the,
A 6 months probation period, and then come back for revision of our contract.
I think
Oh,
that,
and before you go any further, Madam Mayor, we used to do evaluations for city manager and city attorney. It stopped in 2020. So you haven't had an evaluation.
I did 2022.
Yes.
2022.
Exactly. Yeah. I supported that too.
For sure, we can put into the contract to have an annual review. I have no problem with that.
okay. So, the 6-month probation period, I think that's what that whole process would have been had we kept to our original motion, which was to continue and wait, and that would have given us probably more than 6 months, but I think that ship has sailed, because when we made a motion to appoint the attorney, all that could have been resolved, but it was just a very upfront and forward kind of motion, and here we are, again, trying to now iron out certain issues. I don't think that 6-month probation is something we can really entertain right now, because that would have allowed us, during the period of our first motion, which was disregarded. So I would like to make a motion to approve the final contract, a contract for the city attorney. Number one, because if we don't approve it, she can't get reclassified, and neither can your department. With the following changes and/or provisions. That would be yearly reviews. That would be your salary, as per several of the commissioners wanting it to start or commence at $236. That would be with a majority of 3-2 for a vote. That would be for whatever the state preempts for the pension. That would be with notifying and communicating time off so that we know how to redirect ourselves or to whom we should direct ourselves within your department. Am I missing anything here?
That sounds, except that.
City Manager, did I miss something here?
Did you want to add the termination for misconduct language? It's just I don't know what you would call it, a clarifying language or a exception statement.
Okay. City Attorney, can you add clarifying language to that? Okay. And I'm going to make sure I've got this motion complete with everything in it, all the bells and
About the
whistles.
30 days.
The 30 days, can we come to a place where we can do 15 days, somewhere in the middle, which is kind of what my last experience was. It was like a 15-day as opposed to 30 days. Right now, the contracts call for 5 days. Mike, I know soon we'll be reviewing yours as well.
It's the reason for the 30 days is because it's something that should be noticed and put on an agenda.
Right.
That's why it's 30 days.
I understand, but
but 15 days is fine.
I'm still going to find the happy medium, the negotiating point, which
Okay.
would be 15 days.
Okay.
And I think that pretty much wraps it up, Commissioners. Do I have a second to the motion that I tried to present?
Second the motion.
All right, so we have a second from the Vice Mayor, and all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. This motion carries unanimously. Congratulations, City Attorney. I'm sorry it took a little bit
Appreciate it.
longer than we expected. Thank you. Make us proud. Already are. Thank you. Now it's time to hear city officials. City Manager, any comments?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Commissioners, just a reminder that May 30th from 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. at Lakefront Park's Festival Lawn will be Pride Fest Kissimmee, and that's all I have.
Thank you. City Attorney, any comments?
Well, thank you again for this opportunity. I'm extremely proud and grateful, and I look forward to working with all of you. Despite all of the craziness that's been going on, I am very bullish about the city of Kissimmee. You know, being in the weeds of the stuff that we do on a day-to-day basis, it is really exciting, and you know, I want everybody to always focus on that, and I look forward to boring everybody about what lawyers actually do. So thank you again.
Thank you. City Commission, it's your turn. Let's start with Commissioner Martinez. Somehow I just always start with my left side, so there you go, Commissioner Martinez.
Thank you for recognizing me, Madam Mayor. I want to express I just want to express myself today. I'm really bummed out that these motions did not move forward for investigation. I typically try not to bring my stuff to the city commission meeting, but since people are bringing concerns of people screaming in the parking or whatever happened, if there's anyone that supports Jeanette Martinez, I highly encourage the reconsideration of bullying or attacking anyone, especially screaming nonsense outside. That is completely unacceptable. But also bring to the attention, as this matter pauses and doesn't move forward, as you knock on doors for people, you get comments as of, you ain't stealing from me. That is completely unacceptable, especially when there's so many complaints done, and I'm going to call them frivolous. I'm going to call them frivolous. And they affect people's well-being. They affect people's reputations. This is ridiculous. It's completely out of line. And I was really hoping that today, this would have been the period of all of this. But I guess we'll have to wait 6 more months to see what happens, and then we'll start over again. Following that, I own a food truck. I love my food truck. It's a small, old food truck. It's called Cookie Kitchen. It has gotten so much promotion, it's insane. So I've never denied who I am. I've never denied where I come from. I've never denied what I do for a living. So I just want to make that very, very clear. And I want to be able to have that opportunity to express that.
Thank you.
I'm not done yet, Madam Mayor.
Okay, continue.
Following that, I also like to ask this board to take into consideration so in reference to the travel policy for the commission, I'm really seeking a rewording on the travel policy so that every travel that's going to happen, whether it's for training or whatever it is, comes forward to the board so that the board can make the determination and approve these travels.
I didn't know that it didn't.
Well, we did an amendment to the travel policy where, can you correct me?
City Manager, would you elaborate on that?
Yeah, there was a change in the travel policy that you all approved last year that allows, well, first, 2 things. The travel policy has always said that commissioners are allowed to attend training and conferences that are line itemed approved in the city budget. So things like the Institute of Elected Municipal Officials certifications, as well as the League of Cities conferences, have always been automatically approved as part of that policy. Anything beyond that used to require commission approval. The policy that was amended last year allows for the mayor to represent the city on economic development trips that are approved by the city administration for travel through the Economic Development Department. It also allows travel associated with a city commissioner's membership on a board. So, for instance, the Chamber of Commerce board retreat, you would not require city commission approval, or any board that the commission was on, or a commissioner was on, you would not need specific approval for that. And I think that's it.
But mine was brought up for the South Korea trip. and it
Yes.
was not approved by the board.
Yes.
So I just think that we could do a whole balance out of it. By the way, just a quick update as well. I know everybody's tired. You guys want to go home. For the South Korea trip, Neo City or the Osceola County has been able to bring back $53 million in investments. We're talking about 190 jobs. It was a great opportunity. I think, Mike, you were able to sit in to get the briefing
Yes.
of the updates. Also, there's another company that was brought in, which is bringing 600 jobs. And also $470 million. So that was an amazing opportunity. In South Korea, they do believe in hierarchy. So they do like to speak to the elected officials. But in future, what I'm trying to ask this board is, well, how about, should I make a motion?
If you want to change it, you would have to make a motion.
Okay, so I'd like to make a motion to put the travel policy back the way it was. Boards and removing the part of traveling for economic development, because I think we have a director for economic development, so I think he can handle that portion of it, or someone from staff on that end. So if you're sitting on a board and you need to travel, that's completely fine. Just if any other trips are coming up, that they need to come before the board so we know what we're investing on. So that's my motion. I'm not done yet, but I'd like to make that motion.
I can second that.
Well, let me put some more contents into it before. We got a motion in a second. So before we make a determination, there has been multiple trips that have been done to Puerto Rico, my homeland. I love Puerto Rico with all my heart. I was raised in Puerto Rico, so just not wanting to confuse the information. There's been an expense for $9,076.97 in total for 4 trips. There's totaling, I have here 4 sheets, $26,832.65. That's a nice chunk of money for the traveling budget. I know it's not all on commission only, but I just think that it would be appropriate that anything that we do that has nothing to do with our training or the boards that we sit on be brought back to the board so that we can make these decisions and agree to move forward with them. Did I overstep?
I think that clarify. I feel like there was a third. I'm not prepared because I wasn't sure what you're bringing up, but I think there was a third section of that policy that also was included, and I
Can we do a
remember.
workshop on this so we can iron out all the different sections of this and then really understand it? Because again, we're making decisions just because we're having, can we talk this through and understand that there's so many sections so that we're not missing anything? Last time we also agreed that it should probably not cap off more than X amount of dollars when we were talking. That can also be brought back so that we can iron it out and really have fine.
So I'm open to a workshop.
That'd be
I'm open to a
preferable.
workshop as long as all commission travel is paused until the workshop has been done. I can amend my motion to that. So I make a motion to, I don't need a motion for that, right?
I think it's just
No?
a workshop. I
Yeah.
mean, just
So
wanna
with the
do a
agreement,
workshop.
stop the workshop. Continue to the workshop as long as we pause the traveling until said workshop is completed.
It's fine, yeah.
After 5 o'clock.
After.
All good. Okay.
So you got a motion on the floor?
It's not a motion.
No, we don't
it's
need, we don't need a
Oh,
motion.
direction, okay.
So yeah, that concludes my part of it. Thank you guys so much for coming out here and
Thank you. Commissioner Alvarez.
I just want to say happy Memorial Weekend to our veterans. We salute y'all. Thank you for your services. I want to say congratulations also to the class of 2026. Outstanding, work, and looking forward to a successful future, and make sure they turn us moving up to succeed. That's all I have, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. Commissioner Ortiz, do you have anything you'd like to add?
Yes, I would like to say thank you to all those 300 plus who support me when we don't want the food truck park. I say thank you to them. Remember always to all of them, because some of them they are here. Remember their names at the time of vote. Remember their name who's supporting this food truck park. Other thing what I have to say is I travel a lot. I go to different places. I do a lot of things for the city on my own expenses. So I'm welcome the workshop, but that's all what I had to say.
Thank you, Commissioner. Vice Mayor?
I don't have anything, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. The only thing I have to say is the only thing more powerful than hate is love. Thank you. Meeting adjourned. Wait. We got to call a motion, of course, because now we decided to change that motion to approve the meeting. And do I have a second? Okay. So who called the second? Vice Mayor Edie. All in favor?
Aye.
He is adjourned.